Hello and welcome to Dougie's Draw Along. My name's Ricky and I love to draw all the characters from Hey Duggee, and I want to help you draw them too. So, who are we drawing today?
I think Duggee has spotted another bird. It's Hennie the ostrich.
Hello! That's right, it's Hennie, the really big ostrich. Now when I draw a character from Hey Duggee, I like to break them down into shapes to make them easier to sketch. So let's see what shapes make up Hennie. Her body is like a cloud. So let's practice that. So it's a cloud with a large puff at the top and 3 smaller puffs at the bottom. She has a really long neck. So it's a long line like this. And then it's slightly wider at the top. Gets a little bit thinner in the middle. And back out like that. Her beak, well, that's a triangle shape, but a long one. And I'm going to draw it pointing to the left. It's like a thin slice of cake. Hennie has 2 very long legs because she's very tall. 2 long sticks like this. But Hennie has quite knobbly knees. And to do that, we draw a little circle just over it like that. Hennie's arms, or her wings, have a flat line at the top and then lots of feathers like this that hang out underneath them. Hennie also has very beautiful feathers. She has a set of 3 on her head, like this, and the same set just on the back of her bum. Her tail feathers. There we go. Finally, Hennie has 2 eyes and they're positioned as 2 circles with one just higher than the other and 2 pupils in the middle. Right, now we've practiced all of the shapes that make up Hennie, we can put them together. Now Hennie's really big, so I need to make sure I've got enough space on my page. So I'm going to start with her body in the middle to make sure I've left room for her neck and head and her very long legs. So that cloud shape, big puff at the top, 3 smaller puffs underneath. It kind of looks like an upside down dog paw print. Now I'm going to draw her neck and it overlaps here. Very long neck, slightly wider at the top and where it joins onto her body. Going to add her beak, which is that thin slice of cake shape, a triangle. Her eyes, one there and one there, and then her beautiful head feathers. What about her pupils? There we go. Now her very long legs, and they come out of the middle puff at the bottom of her body. Going to add her knobbly knees, one there and one there, a little line at the bottom for her feet. Her tail feathers, they're the same ones as they are on her head, but just sticking out here. And now her wing, like a frilly feather, so a line at the top and then lots of smaller ones underneath. And finally, a big smile, because she is enormous. I think it's time to colour her in. Now her body is a lovely, strong pink colour. Now when I colour something in, I like to go around the outside first, draw around the shape so I don't go over the edges. I'm also going to draw around her feathers here. And with the same colour, I'm going to colour in just one of the feathers on her bum and one on her head. And it's the bottom one with this pink colour. Both bits. Now I'm going to switch it to a bluey purpley colour and colour in those feathers on her body. And the second feather up from the bottom on her tail feathers. And the second feather on her head. Also, the pupils in Hennie's eyes, they're not black, they're the same blue as her feathers. Now I need a reddish pink colour to colour in those last feathers. One on her head. Her neck is a sandy orangey brown colour, and that's the same colour as her legs. I'm going to go around the eyes because I want to leave them white. Her legs too. Remembering to include the knobbly knees. And her beak, the lovely yellow colour, very bright yellow, like the colour of lemons. It doesn't matter that I'm going over her mouth because I can draw that back in afterwards. Her feet are the same colour as that pinkish red feather we drew, just a little bit like that. Just the tip on the end of her long legs. And now with the black, I'm just going to go around her eyes because the background's white and I want them to stick out. And with that neck colour there, I'm going to draw in her smile. And there we go, Hennie, the really, 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 really big ostrich. Do you know, I had such fun drawing Hennie, I think I'm going to draw her again. And I don't need to practice the shapes because I've already drawn her once and practiced all the shapes before. So let's start with her body, which is like a cloud, a big puff at the top and three smaller ones underneath. Remember, like an upside down paw print. I'm going to draw in her neck, a very long neck, slightly wider at the top, thinner in the middle, and wide where it joins the body. Big beak, which is like a thin slice of cake. Her eyes that are positioned like this. Her pupils in them there. Smile. And then three big feathers on her head. And the same three just on her bum. I'm going to draw in her really long ostrich legs. Now Hennie's really, really big, but she's still scared of things, like kites. And when she's frightened, she can hide behind mountains.
Begone, foul beasties! Help, scary beasties!
Let's pop in her knobbly knees. Little lines for her feet. And finally, the feathers on her body. Line at the top. Lots of little ones sticking out underneath. Right, I think it's time to colour her in. So I'm going to start with that nice pink colour for her body. Drawing around the shape before I colour it in. And the same colour for that bottom feather on her tail feathers and on her head. And now a nice blue colour, sort of a bluey purpley colour for her feathers on her body, and the middle feather on her tail feathers and on her head. Now the last feather on her tail feathers and on her head is that reddish pink colour. It's the same colour as her feet, so I'm going to colour that in now. Her neck, it's an orangey, sort of sandy orange colour, able to go around the eyes. And this is the same colour as her long legs. Now these long legs must come in handy because she loves playing sport. She's very active, this ostrich. Those legs with the knobbly knees. She's so big that her train set is made up of real trains.
Here, take a look.
Wow!
The beak, well, that's a lovely happy yellow colour. Ooh, her eyes, that same blue as her feathers, so let's pop them in now. I'm going to give her eyes a little black outline because I want them to show up on the white page. And finally, using the same colour as her neck and legs, I'm going to put in her smile. There we go. Hennie, the really big ostrich. As Hennie loves sport, why not try dressing her up in one of her favourite activities? Who's for tennis? I really enjoyed drawing Hennie the ostrich, and I hope you enjoyed drawing her too. See you next time for more Duggie's Draw Along. Bye bye!